This is something that when I started my formal herbalism journey a few months ago, I saw myself doing this, like just using the art of channeling, but then blending it with herbalism and then channeling the spirit of the plant. So we're going to go into meditation and we're going to see what comes up for sea moss. The way that I feel called to channel these is in the same way, in a similar way to how I have worked with the akashic records, which is one name for this kind of like your soul library. You can look into that if you want. But basically, it's the same type of method, I feel, or it's like the same plane of existence to be tapped into, like when you're accessing someone's akashic records, aka their soul's history, information from their parallel lifetimes, etc. And then also like plant consciousness. Like it just feels like when I close my eyes, it feels like I'm bringing my consciousness, like zooming it out of my body and kind of accessing this, let's just say higher dimension where everything exists and you can just kind of pull from what you desire to pull from. So today we're going to enter that plane and pull from the consciousness of the spirit of sea moss, the energy of sea moss. So let's close our eyes again. Breathe as you feel like you desire to breathe. Don't control your breath. Breathe naturally. And as you breathe, zooming our consciousness out, zooming our awareness out, accessing all. Tuning into sea moss. Okay, starting to get imagery right away. So what I do know from previous research is that sea moss is literally from the sea in the Caribbean, and people harvest it. And the visions that are coming through right away are people who are, it almost has like a savior energy to it, like the sea moss does, because the way it came into practice, or at least what I'm seeing in this vision, there's like this celebration energy of seeing it on shore, seeing it wherever it grows. And these people who look very like tired and hungry, they celebrate its existence and its presence there because it offers them the sustenance that they are not getting in other places. And so it has almost like this savior-like energy. And also there's an abundance of it. Like I see an abundance of it. So it's like not only is it providing sustenance, but there's more than enough to go around for everyone. And I'm seeing like this kind of like a cross section diagram of your body. Like, you know, when you're in school and you see, when you're learning about the digestive system and you see like the esophagus, I'm seeing that type of image. And it's like the sea moss enters your body, it kind of moves to the, like all corners, like it kind of spreads out to the peripheries of your body. Sea moss is showing me that it does that, it spreads, and now I'm seeing like potholes being filled. So it's like I guess that means like anywhere that needs, like it fills the potholes in your system, wherever that might need and it's very structural. Like the energy is very structural. I feel very like it's like the skeletal system somehow. It helps with holding you up, similar to what I was saying with the scaffolding and like hold the support system. Like it again, it's like very much seeing that, like I'm feeling this energy of like being very upright and held. I'm also seeing like as it exits your system, or as it like moves through, like enters, moves in your body, then moves out, it has this like absorbent quality that you'll actually see when we make it together. It soaks things and expands. And so I'm like, I don't know how it actually does this, but I'm seeing it maybe even energetically soaking up things within your body, kind of like a sponge, soaking up. So it's like filling potholes, but then it's also soaking in things that you don't want and carrying it out. And I guess that relates to what Cole wrote of it, like detoxifying the body. So that's cool. Anything else? I feel 2 more properties wanting to be shared. Something about blood. Cleansing of blood. Yeah, so it's just like circulatory system, like just like emphasizing the fact that it circulates all throughout your body, that like it's not localizing to any. It's like similar to how, I don't know if it has any relations to the blood, but I guess it does because minerals. Yeah, just like an emphasis on circulation throughout your body, as like how blood moves through your body and is everywhere. It's similar to how it works. It kind of touches every part of you. It's not localized like some herbs are. Like, for example, again, we're comparing it to the heal all that I was showing you. Like the heal all's energy feels very like localized, like it'll go to wherever it is needed specifically and then like stay there and kind of like really kind of pick localized spots to heal. But because this is a full system support type of vibe, it is constantly circulating and like searching and filling in things where it needs to be filled in. And because of that, it does do well more as like a consistent, like taking it consistently over a duration of time, or even like similar to how I drink cacao, like I drink it almost every day. Similar to that, like you can drink it every day or consume it every day. Like it is like how I was saying earlier, that adaptogen type of mechanism. Okay, is there anything else? All of a sudden I noticed that it was really hot, and I felt my sweat. Something to do with sweat. Like it could just be related to the detoxifying effects of it. It's cooling. That's what it is. It's a cooling herb. It cools the system. And so, yeah, okay, it's a cooling herb. It will cool your system down. It's also like from the Caribbean, which is also the hot climate. And so I'm just seeing like in the winter to be mindful of consuming it and maybe pairing it with something warm. So in the summer, maybe if you're like me, this might be specifically for me, but if you're like me and you run cold, for me, it's probably better to blend it with something warm, like cacao, soup, things like that, rather than with something cold like a smoothie or a milkshake. Smoothie or milkshake might be okay for me in the summer if I'm really hot, but for the most part, I think for me personally and for anyone else that runs cold, to take it with something warming to like counterbalance its cooling effects. But yeah, and then I also like lastly, what's coming through is like topical application. So if you want any, just like the cooling effect of that, sometimes that feels good topically as well if you're hot or just, you know, sunburn, that type of vibe. I don't know if that's actually, if it actually will help with that, but I'm getting that information here. So if you're called to that, definitely try it out. It feels like similar to, like the topical use of it feels similar to like an aloe vera gel. Okay, so that is all the information that wants to be channeled today for sea moss. And now let's make it.